Hey, 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 everybody. We are excited. We are back to come chat with you today. Instead of five of us, there's now six of us that are coming to you to share what inspired us to take that next step in the business. And so I'm first going to go ahead and jump right on in here. I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name is Heidi Cole. Been in Tupperware 18 years, business leader for Shazam Enterprises. So first, what inspired me to take that next step in the business to manager? Honestly, I wanted the extra perks. And so they said, this is what you do. I said, okay. So the first three people that joined me in this business, because I wasn't from the area that we lived, so I didn't know anybody. So my mom, my neighbor, and my daycare provider. Those were the first three people that joined my team in 30 minutes. So I stepped up to a manager in about 30 minutes, and none of them are still with me. And so I share that because you guys, guess what? The first three people aren't necessarily going to always stay with you. They'll make you a manager, but doesn't mean that they're going to keep you a manager. Those next three will do that. Why did I stay? And what encouraged me to move up to that next step or take it to a career? I absolutely fell in love with it. I fell in love with changing lives. I fell in love, let's be real, I fell in love with the income. And it allowed me the flexibility to be that stay-at-home mom, but yet still earn a career without the career hours. So that's my journey. We're going to pass it off to the next amazing woman, who is Miss Caitlin.
Hey guys. So what inspired me to be a manager was that I was a full-time working teacher, and I really had a desire to be a stay-at-home mom. And so I was quickly making the money that I needed to make holding my own parties. But when somebody shared with me that I could just continue to hold my own parties, but share with three friends that I could go to meetings with and go to events with and have fun with and do parties together, that I could make more money than what I was making doing exactly what I was already doing. And I thought, wow, well, I might as well. So who were my three? So I thought of, actually, I think my very, very first was my mother-in-law. I'm thinking back now. And no, she is not with me anymore. She's in my life, obviously, but she's not on my team anymore. But she helped me kind of take that first step and share the opportunity with somebody. So, and why I stayed a manager was because, and wanted to move up further than that, was because it was just fun. I just had a great time making new friends. So I'm not from where I live in Utah. I'm actually from Washington, D.C. And so Tupperware allowed me to make friends in Utah, and my friends became my team members, and they became really good friends of mine. So some of my very first recruits, I think of one, Amy Pace. She is not in Tupperware with me, but she is still one of my very best friends, and we hang out all the time. So that's what I've really loved about sharing the business, is because I've made some lifelong friends that I know that I will have forever, in or out of Tupperware, whether they were with me or not anymore. They're still my really good friends. My best tip for you to move up is just find your three. Who are your three? Because when you get your three, you're going to get $100 just for sharing with three people. So who are your three? I'm going to challenge you to think of those three, why you thought of them, and then give them a call. That's my biggest tip for you. All right, I'm done.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Sharita, and I'm with Sunflower Sales out in California. And what inspired me to be a manager? I needed, not wanted, I needed a car. I was instantly going from a family of 3 to a family of 6. And we only had a car that fit 4 people. So I found out that Tupperware was giving a van for anyone who decided they wanted to become a manager. So that's why I stepped up. Who are my first 3? My very best friend, Tracy. My friend that I met because our kids were in preschool together. And the third person, I think it was someone that I went to college with, because I know when I first got started, I had a bunch of my college friends in it. Now, none of those people are still there. So what does that say? The 3 who get you in are not necessarily the 3 that are going to keep you. But why did I stay? I started having an amazing time. I had no idea that you could make money in Tupperware. I started making the bestest friends and taking fabulous trips and winning so much free stuff. I'm a free kind of girl. I like the free perks. I like the free gifts. I like the free incentives. I was all about whatever they were going to give me. And the biggest takeaway that I could share with you from my career so far is that I'm always told, you're doing such a great job. I really appreciate you. You know, sometimes at home as a mom, because I'm a mom, I didn't always get that. Dinner is good tonight, Mom, or thanks for cleaning up or folding my clothes or making sure everything was organized. They just assumed that that was my job. But in this job, everyone says, you did a good job, or thank you for this, or thank you for that. I am staying because now I'm in a position where I'm able to watch others flourish. And where we come from in our company, it's all about being a cheerleader. So if you like a cheerleader and you want to be a cheerleader, that's why you want to take the next step, because cheering and rooting for everyone with you is so much better than doing it by yourself. So I say go for it. Get those 3, become that head cheerleader, and cheer them all the way to the finish line. Take it away, Sandy.
Wow, I got to unmute myself. Hey guys, Sandy Emmerich, Rising Star Sales, started 35 years ago. So quite honestly, and I hate to say it, the 5 that got me there, 2 have passed away. And I'm sad about that. But you know what? The other 3 that I see on an occasion, very rare, maybe if ever, I just thank them for starting me in Tupperware. And they literally look at me and go, what? You're still in? Yes, it's 35 years later of the party. What inspired me to move up? Heavens to Betsy, at the age of 18, I wanted a free company car with insurance paid, tax titles, license, and it was a station wagon with good grain, simulated door panels on the side, velour seats, and a little cassette tape. Man, I'm going to be styling if they're going to give a 19-year-old, because then I turned 19 4 weeks later after I started. So 4 weeks later, I had to have 5 recruits to get that car, and I had it because I wanted that car. And what I loved about Tupperware is they kept evolving to new cars, and pretty soon vans, and pretty soon a Dodge, I think it was a Lumina. I think the dashboard seated 5 people. I absolutely love that. That car program is what drove me. And that's what keeps driving me, is that we can give away cars to people who may never have that opportunity, along with trips, along with a great income. The thing that I want you to know is, within 4 weeks, I made it to manager by asking at every party and letting them know I wanted a car. Will you help me? And I'll help you. And then I never looked back. Don't ever look back. Always look up, because Tupperware only has up to go forward to. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys. Inspire others to move up in this business, because it's got the best ever. Jilly, what do you got to tell us?
All right. I'm Jill Ron with Big Picture in Southern California. And I have to say, like, I was not one of those people who moved up to manager right away, because I really just came in to get what I wanted and kind of show my husband that you couldn't make money at this kind of business, because I'd sold something before and I stunk and I really thought I could do it. And this was like, well, I'm not even going to try this time. And you know what that was? That was my insecurity of, I wasn't good at the other one, so I'm not going to put myself out there this time, because what if I'm not good again? And what if it's me, right? So I just kind of did my own thing. And then guess what? The competitive spirit kicked in. I was selling and I was on stage, and then those managers were up there, and I'm like, well, maybe I could be one of those, right? So I recruited 2 girls that were in my little mommy and me class. I was taking my 1-year-old and 3-year-old, you know, where you sing like the Wheels on the Bus kind of thing. And I got 2 of those girls to join. I don't even remember their names. They obviously are not on my team anymore. And the girl who had talked me into joining in the first place, I made her be on my team. I figured it was her fault. And so, so then I could promote and go from there. And again, competitive juices. So then what happened? The next, we used to call it Spring Sessions, but Spring Fest, guess who the #1 new manager was? Me. I was clueless, right? I had no idea. But then, you know, then it was, oh, I want a car, and I want to move up to that, and I want to move up to that. And I found recruiting was really hard for me. I was the sales girl. And so when those recruits were going away, then it became, I need to recruit just to have somebody to sit with me at rally, because those girls weren't coming and I didn't want to sit by myself. Everybody else had a row of people and Jill sat there all by herself. And see, competitive, I didn't want to do that. So I needed to bring more people in, so I didn't go to rally by myself. And then finally it clicked where, you know what, Jill, it isn't about you. And I was enjoying myself and I was making this paycheck. And I realized, you know what, Jill, you're not sharing with everybody. You need to share that with everybody, give everybody that opportunity. And I have to tell you, in our brand new catalog that has Kevin Farrell on the cover, if you look at page 13, this is going to be my favorite quote for this whole catalog. And I'm just going to read you the very last line, or 2 lines. It says, everyone should at least try to sell Tupperware. So that's what I'm going to read at my parties, right? But for you specifically, I'm going to tell you, reading from here, from Veronique Talbot in Canada, we only have one life, and you don't want to miss something that's this rewarding. So you know what? Get your 3, step it up, give it a try, get your $100, move to the next level, get your 150. And if you decide, oh, yeah, this isn't for me, then don't do it anymore. But at least you gave it a try and you don't have that regret of, ooh, is it me? Am I just not good at it? So, all right, take it away, Miss Linda.
I had to unmute everything. Julie, I could still see you. Can you girls see me? Am I good here? Yeah, okay, great. Okay, so what inspired me to be a manager? I have to tell you, I was a really reluctant manager. My mom recruited my first 2 recruits, and the third one walked up to me at my party that I only sold a set of zipper seals, and she said, I want to sell Tupperware. And I went, uh-oh, she's number 3. They're going to bug me to be a manager now. And they did, so I did. And I went to Springfest 1993, and it was the hot, hot, hot colors. And it was so fabulous. I was so excited. And when Sylvia Boyd, she's a Tupperware legend. She was our regional at that time. She stood up and she said, who in this room wants to be a business leader? And me and one other girl jumped up. Now, at that time, you had to be a manager to attend. I snuck in as a consultant because I had 3 recruits. And I jumped up and said, me, I want to be a distributor. And everybody in my group said, sit down, hurry up, sit down. But Sylvia Boyd saw me, and she came over and she said, she introduced herself, and she said, I noticed there was only 2 of you who stood up. She said, I want to talk to you. And she did. And she told me to give it a try, the manager position a try. You don't know how good you're going to be until you try. So she inspired me. My first 3, let's see. So my mom recruited the first 2. One of them, who had been number 1 in the nation, retired in Tupperware. She retired and then came back. And I was fortunate to have her train me. She was my friend for years. After she retired from Tupperware, she didn't quit. She retired, and she passed away. So, but you know, she's always going to be in my heart. The second one I really don't remember, and the third one and I are still really good friends. So my friend Anna, we're still friends on Facebook. I've watched her children grow up. It's so funny how Tupperware brought us together, but it's not why we stayed together as friends. Let's see, why I stayed a manager and moved up the ladder. You know, what I really like about Tupperware is that it doesn't limit me. The only person in Tupperware who limits me is myself. I remember saying to an executive in Tupperware, you challenged me to beat my own numbers. Now you got to race. You challenge me to beat others, and I kind of step back and go, well, I can't beat Jill. She's fabulous. Or I can't beat Sharita. But you challenge me to beat my own numbers. And that's what I like about Tupperware. We beat our own numbers. Our only competition is between our 2 ears. It's ourselves. And so there's no ceiling to the income either. I can make as much as I want. I can work as hard as I want. I can do what I want to do with our business. I can work till 2 o'clock in the morning like I always do because my brain is still on, you know, and I know when I'm in the zone into work because I can't sleep. That's probably why I have bags this morning. Let's see, who helped me in Tupperware? There's so many people who helped me. I could go on. It's like the Oscars. You could go on and on and on because that's the way our business is designed, and we're so used to it. You know, people, I recently got into a relationship with someone I've known since kindergarten, and he knows all of my friends and my family and everyone, but he didn't know the Tupperware family, and he told me, you have so many people. You have so many people who love you, who care about you, who want to make sure that, you know, you're good, and who want to play and have fun with you. I said, I know those are the Tupperware people, right? He goes, yeah. My best tip is for becoming a manager is just do it. Get out of your own way and just do it. You know, success, Tupperware set it up this way. When you help someone else be successful, it comes back to you. And so we can only get so far. Oh, are you there? Ooh, okay. I have people who tell me all the time, well, you know, I could do those sales by myself. Yes, you can, but how much fun are you having? You know, we're better together, and you can only go so far with your personal sales. To go up the ladder and to reach the big director and on, you need to have people with you going to the top and helping them get there. So I say go for it. Just do it. Get your 3, see how it goes, and give it a try. It's the best thing I've ever done.
There you go. And then let's close back again with this quote. I'm going to switch it up a little bit for you and say, everyone should at least be a manager with Tupperware. We only have one life, and you don't want to miss something that is this rewarding. So go make it happen. We are cheering for you, and we'll see you at the top. Bye.
Woo-hoo!
Bye.
Bye. Ciao for now.